After the third movie now has come out, it has become quite logical to read all the Deadpool movies, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do today. We start, of course, with the first Deadpool movie that I really don't understand the hype for with the movie because Ryan Reynolds is too overdone in the role. There's no other good characters other than his bridge will collapse. And in general, the movie gets quite childish at times. There's also a certain messiness with this movie where you feel it's stolen in an abstract way, where we jump back and forth in time between when he had a mask on, the time before he had a mask, where the backstory with his woman he's dating is not that good. In general, the movie has a weak comedy touch to it, where it is not as funny when Ryan Reynolds says it is a love story that's about him killing a lot of people. The banter between him and a teenage girl and his Colossus guy, it is not that good. Another thing is the emotion. It is not, of course, as overdone as in the second movie. Of course, I understand it might be a little emotional with cancer and everything, but I think it is an unnecessary emotional mood that is buried deep within the movie. For me, this one is a 6 out of 10, and while not as bad as the second movie, like I said, I don't understand the hype for it. If we go on to rate the second movie, this one is even worse than the first movie because there's even more voiceover. The emotional mood is there all the time. In this case, quite unnecessary because he never get placed with a comedy. His mutant kid is supposed to be funny. Now the teenager is in a lesbian relationship with Yoko, as well as this Colossus guy, the banter between him and Deadpool. It is still not funny. Of course, the largest problem is with the emotion between Vanessa and Deadpool, which is almost the only thing that this movie is about. The main quest with Deadpool going into what he calls the experts, which is kinda woke because he play on joke because it is called X-Men, which should be a perfectly fine name. But in general, like in a Bull Train movie, which is the same director that did this movie, the comedies were childish and it feel restraints all the way because of the emotion. And yeah, in this movie, everybody needs to express their feelings, whether it is sadness, and yeah, well, Deadpool trying to kill himself in the most awful ways. It is a never-existing comedy that is almost gone like a flash in the wind. While it's Doctor that has made a mutant children the way they have been, or it may be a little bit decent to see Deadpool in jail, I do feel this movie still has a serious weakness in the comedy. It just makes me give it a 5 out of 10. And we have a serious problem with there's not any contrast between Ryan Reynolds and the other characters. He is not, in other words, held in the neck like I will tell you about in the third movie. In the third movie, we basically do a lot right at the first movie, and the second one was not able to do, because Ryan Reynolds is held more in the neck here by Hugh Jackman that plays Wolverine. They have fantastic chemistry in this movie, and that extra spice with adding Wolverine is the little extra spice that the first two movies lack. You also have other cool characters like this card-throwing guy, Blade, is introduced into the mix, and in general the movie entertains you much better than the two first movies. The voiceover is also a bit toned down and not used as excessive. The comedy hits much better as you joke with everything from Gen Z to Disney to internal jokes with nice pool in the dark. Let me tell you, the jokes are way nastier in this one, and it is a throwback to the comedies of old that you used to see back in the day. And basically, Ryan Reynolds acts much stronger here than he did in the first two movies. The action scenes are also much more stylishly done. When you see all those guys fighting towards the end, the way they have done this, it is actually a relief compared to the first two movies, where I feel it was not done in a cool way. Although the music choices can be a bit strange, the action scenes are still filmed much better. Of course, that multi-word thing may make this movie run into too much ambition, and the villain Cassandra Nova with fingers sticking into people to read their minds. It is not a good will, with a chamber version of an evil plan that is all about her living in a void and destroying all the other worlds. Generally, however, it is by far the most entertaining one of the Deadpool movies, and I can also understand why someone might give this one an 8 out of 10 because it is a very good popcorn movie. But for me, it is a 7.25 out of 10.